This is the Cupra Formentor. Cupra are a sportier offshoot of Seat, and I've got to say the design team are absolutely smashing it in the looks department right now. And the cars aren't bad either. We are going to take a look at this 1.5 litre V2 version. We'll take a look at the exterior styling, the interior, we'll go for a drive and we'll see what the comfort's like. Now if you want to save yourself a few quid on the new price, then visit the website, give us a call or come down to one of our showrooms and one of the team will be happy to help you find a great deal. Don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel and then you won't miss any of the upcoming reviews. And with that all out of the way, let's take a look. Now, all joking aside, Cupra have done a fantastic job with this car. In my opinion, this is probably one of the best looking SUVs on the market. And it is just my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. The front end is quite aggressive. I do love the front of this car. Lots of ventilation, some of it is fake, but it still looks pretty good. I'm not usually a massive fan of a different coloured trim down at the bottom, but that looks pretty tidy to be fair. We've got some nice detailing on the LED headlamps up here, and we've got front fog lights which have a cornering function, so if you're turning around into a dark side street they can light the way a little bit for you. All in all, that's fantastic. I'm moving around to the side, and you know what, I'm just going to step back and admire this view with you because I think that is an absolutely fantastic looking car. The trim that was on the front of the car continues around the side, and it does go right around the car, actually around the back as well, and it's continued on the wing mirrors with integrated indicators. We've got 19-inch alloy wheels on this, which look fantastic. I think they're really good. Roof rails on top, so you can stick the bikes or some luggage up there. All in all, a fantastic car. Moving around to the back, we've got this fantastic light bar. Looks really, really good when it's lit up at night. Really like the look of that. The silver trim again comes around the back. For some reason, I do quite like it. It's not like me, I know, but there you go. We've got twin exhausts here, which unfortunately are fake. The real exhaust is under there somewhere. And because of the styling and the sporty look of this car, the rear window is quite sloped and doesn't offer the best visibility out of it. However, we do have rear sensors and a rear camera for when reversing. Really, really good. Inside the boot, if I was to tell you this had a 450 litre boot, what would you think? Nope, me neither. I've no idea what that looks like. So let's measure it in more realistic terms using shopping bags. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 shopping bags there, and then we have another 1, 2, 3, 7 shopping bags, and we've probably got room for one more in there. So I'd say, in more realistic terms, this is an 8-bag boot. Much easier for measurement. Jumping into the back, nice and comfortable, plenty of headroom, plenty of knee room. These chairs are quite big because of the shape of them. They do stick out and restrict your view a little bit. And if you've got mischievous children or mischievous friends, this might not be the car for you because for some reason there's a hole here and they could poke you in the back of the head while you're driving, so it's not ideal, but you know, there you go. We've got climate control in the back, we've got 2 USBs, door pockets, decent size. Moving into the middle seat again, that's comfortable, no issues there. We've got an armrest here which does have a couple of cup holders, and we have access to the rear boot. The rear seats do fold down, they are split seats, they do fold down, and they're quite flat as well, so if you need to slide something bigger in there and you need that extra space in the boot, you'll have no problems there whatsoever. Let's jump in the front. The quality really does start to shine through when you jump in the front. We've got leather steering wheel, leather dash, leather on the doors, all with gold stitching. Looks really, really nice. We've got some gold trim on the steering wheel and around the vents. I'm impressed with how this car looks and feels, I really am. We've got a couple of cup holders here, one's deeper than the other, and we've got fairly decent sized door pockets there, to be honest, and we've got a good compartment there with a 12 volt. We've got 2 USB chargers in there, but more importantly, we've got wireless phone charging, which is fantastic. If I start the car up, we'll have a look at what happens then. You may be able to see this green light that goes along the door. It goes along the dash and down the other door as well. And this is not just to look good, it gives you a visual indicator if somebody's in your blind spots. It'll flash red. Really, really handy is that. You've got lots of controls on the steering wheel to adjust your infotainment system, automatic lights, electric windows. All in all, it's very, very nice. Come to the infotainment. This is a good sized screen. You get lots of equipment as standard, to be fair, with Cupra, but when you upgrade your trim level, you get a lot more. We've got sat-nav, DAB, we've got Apple CarPlay, we've got Android Auto, there's everything you need in there. We have got a reversing camera if we flick it in reverse. It's a good quality and a good size, really, really nice. Climate control is separate, which normally for me I say, yay, fantastic. With this, I'm not so sure. They may as well have just left it on, well, you can do it from the screen, to be fair, but you have these temperature sliders, which, in fairness, they do work pretty well with my fingers. My wife struggles with touchscreen and things like that for some reason. So it depends. If you're one of those people where touchscreen doesn't really work with your fingers, then you may struggle with this. But all in all, it's nice. Volume control as well is operated by this slidey thing here as well. It's all very, very good and nice, and it feels luxurious. Absolutely love this car. We've got ISOFIX in the front and the front seat as well, so if you do need 3 child seats, you've got that option. I guess the real test is going to be, how does it drive? Let's take it out and see. Now, Cupra offer a no-fuss selection when it comes to their engines. You've got this 1.5 litre petrol turbo engine and a couple of spicier options leading up to the 2 litre 310 brake horsepower model, which is a very nice engine indeed. Then if you're more economically minded, there's a couple of plug-in hybrid options with 200 and 240 brake horsepower. So you've got everything you need. You don't need to worry about engine choice when it comes to this car. Now, suspension in the base model is a little stiffer than some of its rivals. However, it does find a nice balance between stability and comfort. And if you step up to the higher trim levels, you can actually get adjustable dampers, which means you can adjust it to suit your needs, really, which is fantastic. Now, despite the sportier looks of this car, it is an SUV after all, albeit a smaller one. So this 1.5 litre is not the liveliest. It does a decent job, and it's relatively quick. Once you're up to sort of 2,000 revs on the higher speed roads and you put your foot down, it picks up speed well. From a standing start, it's a little bit, I wouldn't say sluggish, but it's not the quickest. If handling is your priority, then you probably want to stay clear of the hybrids. Due to the extra weight in the batteries, they do lose a little bit of that kind of finesse, if you like. But this thing is just eating up these corners beautifully. The potholes in the road are absolutely no issue whatsoever. This would be an absolute delight to drive on a longer journey down country roads. At lower revs, it's not really sluggish, this car, but it isn't that quick from a standing start, for example. However, at higher revs, and once you're up to speed, it responds lovely. Now, engine noise is fairly quiet, even from the high-powered engines. I'm not sure whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I guess you'd want a little bit of grunt from a high-powered engine. But cabin noise, I have to say, is fantastic at lower speeds. It's superb. It does pick up a little bit when you hit the higher speeds. You get a little bit of wind noise, but I guess that's just a good excuse to turn the music up and enjoy the drive.
Headed back and forth, but baby, it's all right. You got me going to the east, going to the west, going up and down, 'cause baby, you know best.
So what's the verdict? Well, in my opinion, the Formentor is an absolutely fantastic car. Cupra are really setting the standard when it comes to designing something that's not only practical, but also looks and feels the part. This is definitely worth considering if you're looking for a small family SUV. Now, for the base model, these start at around £30,000 plus, but we've got a few options available on the website and in the showroom, so why not take a look and see how they compare to the other 4,000 cars we've got available at great prices. Once again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video. We'll see you next time.
automotivecar.com.